Gun crimes are prosecuted aggressively throughout Rogers County, and a conviction can result in jail or prison time, substantial fines, the loss of firearm rights, and a permanent criminal record unless you have solid defenses. Depending on the allegations, firearm offenses may be charged as misdemeanors or felonies. Common charges include unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of a firearm after a felony conviction, pointing a firearm, carrying a weapon during the commission of a felony, reckless handling of a firearm, or discharging a firearm into an occupied building or vehicle. Although these charges are serious, an arrest does not mean a conviction is inevitable. Every firearm case turns on the facts, the available evidence, and whether the prosecution can prove every element of the offense beyond a reasonable doubt. Challenging the elements of the crime. One of the most effective defenses in any gun case is requiring the prosecution to prove each element of the charged offense. Whether the allegation involves unlawful possession, pointing a firearm, or possessing a weapon during another felony, prosecutors must establish every required fact beyond a reasonable doubt. If they cannot do so, the charges may be reduced or dismissed. Oklahoma's jury instructions clearly require proof of each statutory element before a conviction may be entered. Lack of knowing possession. Many firearm offenses require proof that the defendant knowingly possessed or controlled the weapon. Simply being present near a firearm does not automatically establish criminal possession. For example, if a firearm is found in a vehicle occupied by several people or inside a residence shared by multiple individuals, prosecutors must often prove that the accused actually knew about the firearm and exercised control over it. Constructive possession cases frequently involve disputed facts, making them susceptible to reasonable doubt. Illegal search and seizure. Firearms are commonly discovered during traffic stops, vehicle searches, searches of homes, or the execution of search warrants. If law enforcement violated the Fourth Amendment by conducting an unlawful search or seizure, evidence obtained during that search may be suppressed. Without the firearm itself or related evidence, the prosecution's case may become significantly weaker. An attorney will carefully evaluate whether officers had reasonable suspicion to initiate the stop, probable cause to conduct a search, or a valid warrant when one was required. Self-defense or defense of others. Some firearm charges arise after an individual uses or displays a firearm while protecting themselves or another person. Oklahoma law recognizes the right to use lawful force, including deadly force in appropriate circumstances, when reasonably necessary to defend against an imminent threat. Whether self-defense applies depends upon the specific facts, including who initiated the confrontation and whether the force used was reasonable under the circumstances. Lawful cause. Certain firearm offenses, such as pointing a firearm, require the state to prove that the defendant acted without lawful cause. If the firearm was displayed in lawful self-defense, defense of another person, or another legally recognized circumstance, that may provide a complete defense to the charge. Mistaken identity. Gun crimes frequently occur during rapidly developing situations involving multiple individuals. Eyewitnesses may incorrectly identify the person who possessed or displayed the firearm. Surveillance footage, body camera recordings, cell phone evidence, and forensic testing may establish that someone else committed the alleged offense. Lack of criminal intent. Certain firearm crimes require proof that the defendant acted knowingly, intentionally, or willfully. An accidental discharge, misunderstanding, or other unintentional conduct may not satisfy the mental state required for a criminal conviction. The specific intent required depends upon the statute under which the defendant is charged. Challenging witness credibility. Many gun cases rely heavily upon eyewitness testimony. Witnesses may have limited opportunities to observe the incident, poor lighting, personal bias, or inconsistent recollections. Cross-examination, prior inconsistent statements, surveillance video, and physical evidence may undermine the credibility of key witnesses and create reasonable doubt. Constitutional rights must be protected. Police officers must comply with constitutional protections throughout a criminal investigation. Violations involving unlawful interrogations, improperly obtained statements, or unconstitutional searches may result in important evidence being excluded from trial. In many firearm cases, these constitutional issues become central to the defense. A firearm conviction can have consequences far beyond incarceration. Convicted individuals may lose the right to possess firearms, encounter difficulty obtaining employment or professional licenses, and face enhanced penalties for future criminal charges. Because every case presents unique facts and legal issues, obtaining experienced legal counsel as soon as possible is often the best way to protect your rights.